The River State House of Assembly has, led by Speaker Martin Amaewhule, of course, that's the Martin Amaewhule-led River State House of Assembly, has taken a bold step. They've taken a step to freeze all the expenditures of the River State Governor, Governor Nyesom Fubara, until he presents or submits his 2024 budget to that House of Assembly. Now, this move comes after a 7-day ultimatum. If you remember the last time I was on this program, this ultimatum was issued to the governor of River State. It expired without the governor submitting his budget proposal. Well, during plenary today, Monday, leader of the House of Assembly, Major Jack, brought the motion to the floor, highlighting the governor's failure to meet the deadline given him by the Martin Amaewhule-led River State House of Assembly. Now, following a thorough discussion, the lawmakers unanimously voted to shut down the River State Consolidated Revenue Account, effectively halting all the state expenditures under Fubara's administration. I want us to look at the letter that they wrote to the governor. A letter dated July 8, 2024. Amaewhule emphasized the governor's constitutional breaches and urged him to take immediate action. This development marks a significant move by the pro-Wike House of Assembly led by Martin Amaewhule, which had been on a hiatus for some months now. Now, notably, Governor Fubara had earlier, if you remember, presented his budget to a rival faction of the River State House of Assembly, this then presided over by his current chief of staff, who was then the Speaker, Edison Ehie. Now, that faction had passed the budget presented by the governor, and the governor subsequently signed that budget into law. The ongoing political tensions between the loyalists of Governor Fubara and the loyalists of his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, continue to escalate with repeated attempts at mediation to resolve their differences. We'll look at all this tonight. We're joined virtually by two guests. First, George Brown. He's a public affairs analyst. He joins us virtually from River State. We're also joined by Honorable Nwanosike, who is a former chairman of the Ikwerre local government area of River State. We'll go for a quick break, and when we return, we dive straight into the conversation. Stay with us. All right, we joined, like I said earlier, by George Brown, the public affairs analyst. He's in River State, and of course, Mr. Nwanosike of the Ikwerre local government area of River State. Gentlemen, good evening to you. I want to start with Honorable Nwanosike. Honorable, what does the declaration, this declaration of shutdown of River State government expenditure mean? Because the River State House of Assembly, wrote a letter to the governor titled River State Government Shutdown on Expenditure pursuant to Section 122 of the 1999 Constitution as altered. But before you answer the question, Honorable, would I be right to describe you as former chairman of the Ikwerre local government area?
First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity you're giving to me to join this program. It's a rare privilege that I'll be speaking to the entire world via a platform. I wouldn't want to go into this issue or whether you call me a serving chairman or a factional chairman or a former chairman. I will be patient for the Court of Competent Jurisdiction to resolve and make pronouncements. Then we will continue. So you choose to call whatever you want to call until that matter is finished from the Court of Competent Jurisdiction. The matter is sub judice. I don't think it is necessary for us to keep talking about it in a sense that.
Okay, so that being said, what does this declaration of freeze or a shutdown of government expenditure, what does it mean as far as you're concerned?
It shows that democracy is at work. This is the democracy that we need to deepen our dividends of democracy to our people. If we say we are practicing democracy, then we should stop acting as if what the House of Assembly has done today is out of place. No. Even in America, even in Europe, you know that legislators from time to time come to a logjam where they even declare near few hours to shut down of an American government financially if the House and the Senate do not take moves to pass appropriations or put financial ceiling. So by our constitution, Section 122 of our constitution has said clearly. Section 121 also said. Section 122 also said it there. The assembly members did not create this constitution. They met the constitution and swore an oath that they will uphold this constitution and they will defend it. That is why they are the voice of the people. And it's there. You can't spend without appropriation, without having an appropriation law beyond 6 months. And from January to 31st of June, 6 months has elapsed. The assembly members were even magnanimous enough to even give the governor an extension of another 7 days so that he can come and present his appropriation. Maybe he forgot, or maybe his advisors have not reminded him that 6 months has gone past because of his busy schedule. So they wrote him the first letter saying, His Excellency, sir, by where we are today, your 2023 appropriation has ended its lifespan. And that is the constitution of Nigeria. Also, the 7 days has elapsed, and governance is a very serious business. We're talking about managing the resources of the entire Rivers people. It is not a one-man's resources. Yes, our law says we will have a governor, which we have elected, and Supreme Court has upheld this governor as the duly elected governor of Rivers State. But the governor is not an autocratic leader. The governor is a democratically elected governor and who must govern Rivers State by the rule of law. And appropriation law is part of the laws that the governor needs so that he can make approvals, make expenses, and manage Rivers State based on his own programs and principles that he has used, he is going to use to give us the evidence of democracy. Every fund that is accrued to Rivers State must be spent via appropriation. And what the assembly has done is democracy at work. And I'm happy that people like you, who are used to say before now as reporters, oh, this assembly is a rubber stamp assembly. Whatever the governor just brings, they will just pass. They won't even question him. Now the narrative is changing. We are now seeing that appropriation laws are now being insisted upon. People should please wake up that democracy has come to play. And if Rivers State is a test case, then it's a welcome one. Other states too will join. And so that leaders will now understand that if I want to become a leader, there are foundations, there are things, principles I must lead with.
All right, interesting. Thank you, Honorable Samuel Nwanosike. Mr. George Brown, paragraph 1 or item 1 on the letter written by the Rivers State House of Assembly to His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara, item 1 says that the governor was not permitted to authorize the withdrawal of monies from the consolidated revenue fund of the state beginning from the first day of July 2024, and that the Rivers State House of Assembly is constrained to declare a shutdown. So as far as you're concerned, looking at section 122, and other sections are cited by the House of Assembly, 120, sub 2, 3, and 4. Did the governor do anything wrong, having presented a budget to the Edison Ehie-led Rivers State House of Assembly?
Okay, good evening, viewers. Good evening, Kofi. I think the pertinent question begging for answer is the fact that we need to determine if the Amaewhule group of former legislators, if they are still legislators representing the people of their constituencies in Rivers State. I think that is the question that is begging for answers. Are they duly elected as it stands, having lost their seat when they vacated their seat by leaving the party that sponsored them into the House of Assembly? So if that has not been sorted out, I think they lack the moral justification to call on the governor not to take whatever action or whatever the governor feels like doing with regards to running the state. They lack that locus.
But Mr. Brown, you will recollect that recently there's a court of appeal judgment which ordered parties involved in the suit previously at the River State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt to return to the status quo ante bellum.
Returning to the status quo was, what was the status quo at the particular time that the court instructed that to be reverted to? It was the Amaewhule-led group of people, members of the House at that time. They left the party in December. So they are just in their hearts that they've lost.
Okay, while we try to get Judge Brown back, I want to go back to...
They are not members of that group, led by Dumbo. So that is the House of Assembly that I recognize. That is the House of Assembly that the governor presented the 2024 appropriation bill to before it became an act in the State House of Assembly and became a law, the State Appropriation Law of 2024.
Okay, Honorable Samuel Nwanosike, did Governor Fubara present the budget to a properly constituted, legally recognized River State House of Assembly? Because some people could argue that Edison Ehie at a point in time was suspended from engaging legislative activities by the then single River State House of Assembly, led by Martin Amaewhule.
We are Rivers people, and we follow these events daily as it occurred. The incident that happened at the House of Assembly on the 29th of October is incidents that happened in the legislative play. When in the House of Assembly people disagree, there are actions taken. And one of those actions that we saw is the action that led to the burning down of the House of Assembly. So the photograph your studio was showing is the original House of Assembly in the 9th Assembly and the 10th Assembly before it was burnt in 29th of October 2000 and it was born 28th of October, the night before the 29th incident. Now, I will always tell people, when incident happens, people keep record. On the 29th of October, Edison Ehie and 3 other of his colleagues, Okojombo of Body Constituency, Sokari Goodhead of Ahoda West, and the man representing the governor, Opopo Nkoro. The 4 of them, Edison was impeached as the leader of the House because he was elected on 9th of July as the leader of the 10th Assembly. He was impeached and suspended from House activities indefinitely and referred to a disciplinary committee which him and the others are yet to present themselves to. Now, when this incident happened, within that same October 29th, the 30th morning, from Government House, Edison issued a statement. That statement is on record, that he has now been elected Speaker. He is a parallel Speaker, and that he has dissolved all 23 local government chairmen. He has done this, he has done that. He has ordered the governor to go ahead and do this and that. And the governor came out and said there was no such instruction. This same governor will have it on record. Now the question Nigerians want to know, by the pronouncement of Supreme Court, you need 1/3 of members of the House to carry out any legitimate House function. Any legitimate House function. And again, most importantly, electing a Speaker has a process, no matter the crisis. For you to elect a Speaker, apart from having 1/3, you must have somebody nominate the Speaker. You must have votes and proceedings of that House. The question we are asking, at what process did 3 persons nominate a Speaker, elect a Speaker? Because if you have a Speaker, you must have a Deputy Speaker. Who was Edison's Deputy Speaker? Who was his Chief Whip? When did that process happen? That is one. Now, even to put clarity on it, when the Edison approached the court and Justice Daragogo gave an interim injunction, he said there, I am giving this introduction based on the information you've given to me. If I find them to be false, you will be liable to pay a fine of 50 million. It's on record that when Justice Danago appeared before NJC, that was his saving grace. And that is why Edison paid that fine, because he lied to Justice Danago. That's how Danago escaped the punishment of NJC. If to make it worse, Edison, after our meeting with Mr. President, when Mr. President said clearly, before the governor said, how can you ridicule democracy? How will you take a budget to 4-man assembly, leaving 27 men? And the part of the agreement reached in that piece was go back and represent this budget before the 27 men led by Martin Amaewhule, which is the proper house. Apart from the fact that Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court by Section 272 of our Constitution has given a judgment of court, which has not been appealed by the governor to date, that Edison Ehie never existed, that the governor should go back and represent the budget to the Martin Amaewhule-led house. The question I asked everybody, including my brother in the studio, he says by Section 109, they are defected in December. Me, I'm talking about October. That they defended in December.
Yes.
Hold on. That they defended in December. That their seats are declared vacant. Which court declared the seat vacant?
Let's give Judge Brown a chance to respond to what you just said. Mr. Brown.
Okay. Thank you, my dear brother, Sam. Good evening. I am not a hireling. I am not working for the government of Rivers State or Siminalayi Fubara. I'm a free tax-paying citizen of Rivers State. Sam that is sitting down there is a major actor in the whole imbroglio we have in our state. He's part of the people that are demarketing our state. He lacks the moral fiber and odicum to speak in forums like this.
Mr. Brown, I would rather you respond to the issues that he has raised regarding.
So I just wanted to set this clear. I just wanted to set this clear because he is talking and calling certain person's name and even using uncouth words like a liar. I cannot call him a liar. I'm too decent to do that. The average Rivers man is decent.
Can we please, Mr. Brown, sir,
TV and call someone a liar?
I'm pleading with you to stick to the issues because he says he has evidence.
Speak to the issues and stop disparaging people, otherwise we'll swing the mud on him.
So, Mr. Brown, moving forward, what are your thoughts? Moving forward, Mr. Brown, what are your thoughts on what Nwanosike has said, the issues he raised about the legitimacy or otherwise of Edison Ehie?
Let us speak to the issues.
Of Edison Ehie, yes.
Let us speak to the issues. The fact remains, you don't need a court to evict you when you are duly elected as a representative of the people, in this case in the House of Assembly of Rivers State. You have the full right to determine if you want to continue to be in the House or not. And they came out to declare that they have defected from the PDP. And from the moment they declared that they've defected from the PDP, the records of proceedings of the House of Assembly captured it, that they have defected. The Speaker, on behalf of the whole of them, the former Speaker, on behalf of the whole of them, went and even swore to an affidavit in the Rivers State Judiciary declaring that they have defected.
Yeah, Mr. Brown, because of time, I want you to speak to the point raised by Honorable Nwanosike that Edison Ehie was never at any point in time the duly elected Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Mr. Brown, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we'll take
the fourth.
Yeah, good. Okay, we seem to have a video connection. Quickly, someone to say, how effective will this shutdown of the House of Assembly, by the House of Assembly of Government?
The former Speaker Martin Amaewhule, that they have defected from the PDP itself, has progressed from them recording from the records of the proceedings of the House of Assembly down to getting or procuring an affidavit in court swearing to an oath that they have vacated, they've departed or defected from the PDP to the APC. And why should they run to a court to tell the court to impose them on the people of Rivers State when they, out of their own free will and volition, they were not under duress. They decided on their own to vacate their seats and leave the party that was the vehicle through which they were elected into those seats.
All right.
So as it stands right now, they are former members of the House of Assembly.
All right.
Court cannot
thank you very much. We have to leave it at that, gentlemen, because of time. Someone is okay. Just a yes or a no. Will this shutdown be effective? Will it be effective? Will it work?
I see how passionate our elder brother is. Our elder brother is very passionate, but passion will not count here. What will count is the rule of law. Even if he gets so angry, if the law is the law will remain the law.
All right.
The relevant authorities have been written. The governor has been written.
All right.
All the participants have been written.
All right.
Federal government has not been notified. And the Constitution of Nigeria will be upheld. It's not how much our brother feels angry and names.
Thank you very much. We have to go.
But the truth of the matter is that these are not declared vacant. Section 109, top 3 says the presiding officer will proclaim.
Okay, someone we have to leave it at that. We'll continue this conversation at some other time. We appreciate you coming on the program, Honorable Nwanosike, and of course, Mr. Judge Brown. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time.